friend. Oh, I guess I can share this Patreon. Turn any dog into a cat. Damn. Oh, that's YouTube Shorts. Child. Okay, let me see. Go here. Alright. Hey, La Queen, what's going on? What's going on? How are you? How are you? Oh, that's what I was doing. Okay. How you doing on this, what's today? Monday. The way my Monday has been going already, I should know that it is Monday, okay? I should know that it is indeed Mon to the D. Okay? Y'all give me 2 seconds and then I'm gonna get started. I'm not gonna prolong this review. Alright, let's see here. Go around here to Patreon and drop this link real quick. And then we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of what happened on this episode of Bell Collective. Okay, collective review. All right. So we doing us a little some over here. Okay. All right. I sent that notification out to everybody. All right, y'all. Listen. Let's go on and get into this episode of Bell Collective because I have lots and lots of thoughts about this episode of Bell Collective, especially especially the doggone sit down between Leticia and Leticia, whatever. Between Leticia and what's your name? Latrice. Okay, cause I have my thoughts. Okay, I have my thoughts. This supposed to be season 6. Technically, I think this is season 6, but I've been putting season 7 on them because I really think it's season 7. I do. But we gonna get into it. All right. Okay. And then y'all, I just saw this. This don't got nothing to do with Bill Collector specifically, but I just saw that Tamar Braxton, Kim Zolciak, what's her baby name from. Let me see if I go over here to let me go back over here to Twitter so I can tell y'all. So they filming a show over there on they're filming a show on Amazon Prime. So I'm guessing it's a reality show. They said it's rumored to be like girl ultimate girls trip. But I'm gonna tell y'all one person on here I will not be watching it. Okay. So you got Tamar Braxton, you got Kim Zolciak, you got Kenya, Margaret Josephs from Jersey, Christine from Selling Sunset, Brittany from Vanderpump Rules, Caitlin from Bachelor's Nation, Jen from Bachelor's Nation, Hilaria from the Baldwins, and these two, Julie Chrisley, and Savannah Chrisley. I'm good. I'm not watching it. I don't like Savannah. MAGA having ass. And so I'm not watching it just because she don't know. Now, again, these are rumors, but if that show come out and now, I ain't gonna hold you though, because I kind of want to know what is Kenya and Tamar's dynamic. I will be interested in seeing that. But the show itself with Julie Christie on there, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. Hey, Kay Calloway, how you doing? Now, it's 22 people in here and only 2 people done commented. Hey, y'all. Y'all can speak. It's Monday. Y'all can speak. Hey, y'all. Hey, Brittany. What's going on? Gotta get the people together. Nobody want to say nothing. Nobody want to talk to you, boy. Okay? You about to just come on in here and ain't saying nothing. Y'all just be so wrong, okay? All right. Hey, Miss Shaw, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this episode, child. This is episode 5. I don't know what season this is. This is season 6, season 7. I don't know when it comes to Bell Collector. Bell Collector, it's just like Love, Marriage, Huntsville, all these breaks and seasons and everything. You're on season 9,675 and you don't even know it. Okay? So, so anyway, let's talk about this episode because I feel like this episode was doing the absolute most. Okay, so we picked up where we left off. Of course, they gave us a rundown of Carrie. Y'all remember Carrie? She had the people go down to the coast, and she had like a little therapy session, or it was supposed to be what was supposed to be a therapy session, etc. Now the lady that was in the therapy session, y'all, I have shared her content on my Instagram. A lot of times I also follow her on Instagram, and I didn't realize who she was because um, I just didn't recognize that orange hair. But she is. I do follow her on my Instagram page, and y'all remember me also telling y'all about why I liked Jennifer Hudson's show because Jennifer Hudson's show gives people, like people that you wouldn't normally see on a talk show. They give them opportunities. That's how I seen her. I actually seen her on the Jennifer Hudson show several times, and so that's how I got to know who she was. She used to be like a very heavy set lady. She has documented her journey across her social media accounts, as far as her losing weight and everything like that. And so, yeah, I guess it was good to see them. I do know that she's a certified life coach, so I don't know about a therapist because I think you have to have a different type of license to be a therapist, but I do know for a fact that she is a certified life coach. So I thought that was interesting to see her there. So anyway, y'all know that we are down at the down to the valley where the girls getting naked. No, we down to Carrie's thing. The girls are arguing. But what they ended up coming up with is that Latrice and Leticia needs to sit down and have a conversation on their own, and none of the other ladies really need to be in the conversation. And I actually agree with that. But y'all know how I feel about Leticia and Glenn. I mean, not Leticia and Glenn, but Leticia and Latrice. I feel like they're one and the same in this situation, and I don't feel like nobody has clean hands if I'm honest about it. But yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit further. So then we get Carrie's husband. Carrie's husband and Carrie talk about Brick and Spoon, which is a restaurant that she's probably going to have to close because it's not doing too well. And listen, one thing I will say is I salute people who are in the restaurant business because it's not easy, and she has more than one location. So they sit down, they have a conversation about it, and he's telling her probably what she needs to, what she needs to do. She's probably going to end up having to close it, taking it as a little L, and this is the same thing that her mother told her. So, I mean, I think that this is pretty good business advice. If you're struggling and you're probably spending more money trying to stay afloat than you are if you have to close it and sell it. And so that's why I think that Carrie probably should go ahead and do that. But shout out to Carrie for having these restaurants and really doing her big one. Now she brings up the therapy session that they had down to her place, and she talks about the fact that neither one of the ladies were ready to kind of lay anything out. And again, that's when she tells him that about the conversation needing to be amongst the two ladies instead of just around all of the other ladies, because they're not going to get anywhere if they continue to stay around the ladies and try to heal the relationship that ain't finna, it ain't gonna fix it. You know what I mean? I absolutely agree with that. It just ain't gonna fix it. It ain't gonna fix it. All right. So then, after they get done speaking, we get a scene from Latrice. She's down to the doctor's office. She has. Did she say fibroids? Did Latrice say she had fibroids? Somebody correct me if I'm saying that right. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But I think she said she had some fibroids. But she's actually going to get a checkup, you know, from her blood clots and all that kind of stuff. And so the fibroids, from the way she explained it, the fibroids and the blood clots don't mix well together. And so Latrice, honestly speaking, I appreciate you for putting this on the screen, but baby, you gotta take care of yourself, because if don't nobody else, if you don't take care of you, you can't expect for nobody else to take care of you. And you know, Cliff don't know what the hell he doing. He can't do it. So Latrice, you gotta take care of yourself. Okay, you got to take care of yourself. You really do. Like, I just, that kind of made me nervous for her, because one thing I do know about those blood clots and stuff like that, they travel fast and they can really unalive you. So I really do think she needs to, she really needs to be careful with that. All right. So then we get a scene from Leticia. She's down to the photo shoot, I guess, for her show, and her manager and producers and everything's there. She's getting her face and makeup done and all that good stuff. And one thing I will say is, her manager, me too, Kay Calloway, to be honest, I was shocked to see Cliff there, because I think, was it the last episode of the episode? Maybe it was the first episode of the season. You could tell that when Latrice was in the hospital, Cliff didn't really go up there. Cliff wasn't really there because of the way she was talking. You know what I'm saying? So I was surprised to see him at that appointment too. So Leticia is getting ready for, I guess, her show. And girl, here come messy Shantae. Yeah. Oh. Shantae, girl, you walk in a room and you messier than Amanda, if you ask me. You messy, girl. Girl, messy, and mess follows you. So when you walked in that room, I just knew right then and there. I said, here we go. Finna be some mess. She finna start some mess. She finna start some mess. Okay? And Leticia is saying she needs Shantae's support. Girl, you do not need Shantae's support. How many times have you gotten ready for a photo shoot? How many times have you sat in a glam seat? You don't need no damn support from Shantae's messy ass to get your makeup and stuff done, gal. Come on, man. You don't need that. That was weird to me. That was weird. That was extremely weird. I'm like, you know what? So then they're there, y'all. Glenn walks in talking about he need to be CC'd and all of Leticia's business, and he walk in there. I'm gonna go in and tell y'all this right now. That whole scene with Leticia, I'm not saying that her photo shoot is bullshit, but what I am saying is bullshit is the fact that he's sitting up there acting like, oh, you need to CC me in the email. I need to know everything she got going on. I need to. Glenn, if you don't go sit your watermelon jug head ass down somewhere, because we know you faking. And let me just go on and say this, because if you really was going to do something, you would have did it. Okay? You really would have did it. You full of crap. You full of crap, Glendale. Okay? And Leticia, my thing is this right here. Why couldn't you? Okay, first of all, stop sharing your locations if you know Glenn gonna show up and act a fool. But then my next question is, what I think you should have done, Leticia, before he even started getting crunk and before he even started doing extra stuff, you should have pulled him outside and went to go talk. Now, Glenn, here's my issue with you, okay? Now, everybody know I can't stand Leticia. Everybody know I can't stand Leticia. But let me say this. It ain't fair for you as a man for you to want to know all of her moves. But then she don't even know, which I think that box truck stuff was some bullshit anyway. But just 2 seasons ago, you went out and you bought a whole truck and didn't tell her. So when it comes to your business, this is how I would say you're trying to control Leticia, because when it comes to your business, you didn't tell her about any of this other stuff, but you want her to CC you in every email that's going back and forth between her and her team. Help me make that. That don't even make sense, sir. So just 2 seasons ago, she was on your ass for doing something, for purchasing something, without coming and having a conversation with her, or just talking it through with her. You didn't do that. And so now you want to come in 2 seasons later, when you see this lady is trying to really be off on her own, trying to do her own thing, here you come having an issue with her team, or saying that you need to be in contact with her team and you need to be CC'd in all these emails. Niggas, if you don't get out of here playing and stuff like that, that to me was lame. It was very lame and very late, very, very produced and very tired, child, because no one is believing that. And another thing, if you really wanted to get to first, you would have really got to first. That's my thing. If you really wanted to get to him, you'd have got to him. You'd have got to him. You full of crap, okay? And why is the two women over there trying to hold you back? And you ran all the way. Sir, you ran. You had the opportunity to get the man if you really wanted to get the man. Now, let me just tell y'all a little bit about what I know about First. From my understanding, First absolutely is a manager for Leticia. I can confirm that because I saw a couple people saying that probably ain't really her manager. It really is. First, actually, I don't know if First still manages Drew Sidora, but he used to manage in 2024, okay? In 2024, when I had my event in Atlanta, I wanted Drew to be there, but Drew was filming something in Chicago, and she was, like, super busy. First, at the time, was Drew's manager. I don't know if he still is, but at the time, he was Drew's manager. He also represents Leticia Pearsons from Bell Collective. He represents Marie. I believe he used to represent Cynthia. I don't know. Cynthia from Housewives. I don't know if he still does. And then he also manages a couple of those. He also manages a few Love and Hip Hop people. A few people that was on like New York and stuff like that. I do know at one point he did also manage Remy Ma. But I don't think that's the case anymore. I think Remy Ma has a new management team. But First knows exactly what he's doing. Glenn knows who First is. Glenn knows all about that. If I told y'all this, if I found out about, so here was the thing. First, I wanted Drew, but he said she wasn't available because she had to film something. Then he gave me Leticia Pearsons. He was like, that's what she loved to do. I don't want a Leticia in my event. I don't. So that's how I knew that First manages Leticia. I'm sick of Lil Boots. Hey, Carolina girl. Hey, Miss Soma Amazing. How you doing? Glendale is a load of mess. I mean, Glendale is just crazy because why in the world you come running up in there, starting up a whole bunch of stuff? And again, I feel like a lot of this stuff that Leticia and Glendale do be for the cameras. I'm not saying that Glendale ain't no cheater. I'm not saying that Glendale ain't out here doing what she say he doing or anything like that. But I do think they do a lot of stuff for the cameras. I do. That was such bullcrap. Come on, y'all. I don't think nobody in this chat thought that was real what Glenn did. Nobody thought that was real. Nobody thought that was real. Hell, we got a better brawl down there on the Love and Marriage Huntsville season 5. Okay? What was that? What was that? That's how you know Glenn was on some bull crap. They was kikiing and it wasn't real. It was not real. I know it wasn't real because my thing is, again, if you really wanted to get to First, you would have got to him. You're not fooling nobody. Glendale and Leticia's not fooling nobody. Again, I think they play up a lot of stuff for the cameras. I do. I really do. So Shantae is trying to calm Glendale down, you know, after Leticia calmed them down and stuff like that. The producer just standing there. Here she go with them tears that she fanning, trying to keep, you know. Girl, please, girl. That's a bunch of bull crap. It was a bunch of bull crap. No one believes that. No one believes it. Anyway, Selena and Marie have a talk. Marie talks about, they go to Marie's facility that she's opening up. Marie opening up another facility. I think it's like her 12th or something like that facility. I don't like Marie, but y'all really about to get me for this right here. I like Marie this season, though. I do. See, this the type of Marie that I like. I like Marie this season. You know why I like Marie this season? I feel like Marie and Latrice, I feel like Marie tired of the back and forth with Latrice, right? So they made And you can actually hear Marie, in my opinion, this season, you can hear Marie trying her best to not choose a side, but also knowing that Leticia is her good friend and her and Latrice are still kind of working on their relationship. I like this Marie. I do. I like so far. I like this Marie, and I also like the fact that we're on episode 5 and we're no longer talking about Cedric because we don't give a damn. Okay. Hold on. Ho- yeah, I'm glad we ain't talking about him no more. Okay. I'm glad we done moved on. Are y'all glad? I'm glad we done moved on. I'm glad we done moved on. I'm glad. I'm glad we done moved on. Okay. So Selena and Latrice have a conversation. Selena is talking about all the things that she's been dealing with. So is Latrice, and they're helping each other out. Pretty much by saying what they got going on, encouraging each other. He got on a nightgown, a muumuu. They were encouraging each other and helping lifting each other up, and they both was tearing up and stuff like that. So I thought that was a good conversation between the two of them. Selena, I do believe Selena and Latrice are friends. I don't believe they are as close as they once were. I don't believe that, but okay, Miss So Amazing. The only thing I'm gonna have to delete that comment. Hold on, I ain't deleting you. I just gotta delete that comment. Okay, I get what you saying, but I'm gonna remove that allegation. But we see each other. Okay, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to single you out or anything like that. I just you gotta be careful with that in the chat. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You gotta be careful with that in the chat. But I see you. I see you. This nightgown is straight out of 18, not the 1800s. Why do it look like a tuxedo gown? Hey Lee, I know Cedric went right in there and cooked some grits. Girl, he was up in there whipping up them eggs and stuff. That's what he was over there doing, ain't it? Scrambling up them eggs for Marie. All right, so Carrie meets with her. I don't know, was this her assistant, her restaurant owner, somebody? I don't know, accountant, whoever it was. But she was just telling her about her possibly having to close the store because the store is not doing well. All of that. I appreciate Carrie for giving us this. Cause this the type of stuff I want to see. I want to see the ups and downs in your business. I want to see, and we don't really see that on reality TV. Like we don't get to see the ups and downs in business, and there are definitely ups and downs in business. And I hate how we amplify the drama between the ladies, but we don't amplify the conversation surrounding business when it comes to having to close something or when it comes to being sued or when it comes to all of those things. I feel like you should be open to talk about in reality TV because number one, I don't care how many people sell these courses out here. You are learning every day when it comes to your business. You are learning every single day. Shit happens. Shit happens, but it's how you pick yourself up and grow from there. And I like seeing the ups and downs in business. And so shout out to Carrie for being able to put that on camera because we don't see it often from other people. But I appreciate her for putting that on camera. All right, so then we get a meeting, child, from Latrice and Leticia. All right, they down there, Nels Grace, whoever that is, whatever she do. So Latrice sits down and she like, girl, I don't even know where to start. And so they pretty much talk about where they are. You can literally see the flames kind of spewing from both of them as they sat down. Um, and you can see that, in my opinion, both of them were nervous to have a conversation, And I also think that this conversation is so chopped and screwed. But watching them stir each other down before they start talking was crazy to me. Because if y'all remember do y'all remember that other sit down that they had when they got into it the last time? This was after the season where Leticia said that she was gonna whoop. Or I mean that act like she was gonna the season where Leticia was like, "Oh, you so insecure, you just an insecure bitch." At the reunion, y'all remember that? Okay, remember that season they had that sit down? That was the season that they came for Akeisha them. They had that sit down, and they just always have awkward sit downs, which tells me that they did have a bond. I would not take that away from Leticia or Latrice. They did clearly have a bond, and that's clearly why both of them can get emotional in the situation because they clearly had a bond. But anyway, so they're talking and Leticia starts talking about how her and Glenn are doing and stuff like that. And so Latrice is pretty much Latrice apologized. Latrice apologized for how the whole Amanda thing looked. And to be honest with y'all, I have shout out to my sis Really B. I heard Really B say Latrice owed Leticia that apology because it did happen down to her house. I'ma give her that. I'ma give her that. That is probably something you should apologize for because it did look a certain type of way. It did. It did. It did. That stare down was hilarious. They did look like they wanted to bust out and start laughing. You right. They did. They did. Yeah. They did. So Latrice did apologize for that. She did apologize. She said, "I'm sorry for how it looked or how it came off. I do apologize about that." And I know a lot of people was like, Latrice could have done that apology in the beginning and all of that. Yeah, that probably could have been the thing. But if I'm kind of pissed off at the narrative that you're trying to spin, I'm probably not gonna apologize to you right away either. Okay, it's probably gonna take a little time. Hey, Aunt Natty. Hey, Miss Felicia. It's probably gonna take a little time because, rightfully so, she felt a certain type of way. And so my thoughts on that is if she feels a type of way, right then and there, she's not going to apologize. It's going to come on down the line, right? And so that's why we here where we are right now. Now, Latrice was like, "Okay, name one thing that we won't bring up." And y'all know in reality they're going to bring it up. So Latrice said to not bring up the that Amanda, the whole Amanda setup situation. Don't bring that back up no more. And you could tell by the pause off of Leticia's face. Leticia was almost like, "Nah, I don't want to let that go." You could see it. You could see it. I think both of them, respectfully, the things that they both said, they gonna have a hard time letting go, and they gonna bring it back up. So Leticia was like, "Hey, don't bring up the fact that I went and talked to your employees because that's just simply not true. I didn't do that." Well, you and what's his name, Josh, y'all did have a conversation indeed. I mean, we saw the evidence on the phone. Y'all had text messages back and forth. It wasn't just no, he hit me up and I didn't respond, or y'all had an actual text thread. So you can't say that you I don't know. Maybe she's saying that she didn't reach out to Josh initially. Josh reached out to her. And that could be the case. Josh give me very messy, so that could be the case. Josh may have reached out to her and she was like, you know, I don't know. Cause the way he was like, "Oh, you lying," when Latrice called him. Or when Leticia called him. "You lying, you lying, you lying." Nah, you probably did really hit her up first. You did. And you probably went back and told Latrice. Because Latrice never gave us anybody else that heard or that knew what Leticia said. So that gives me that Josh probably did hit up Leticia first and say, was trying to be messy and indulging in the conversation. And then all of a sudden you want to say she lying. I kind of do believe that. I do believe that Josh reached out first. And Latrice already knew about the text before she even brought the girl Leticia and to Leticia and Glenn, but it's Boosie's fault for embarrassing his wife. It is, and I will agree with that. I will agree with that. Latrice knew. But I think I told y'all last time, right? No, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there, Miss Felicia. I'm finna get there in just a minute. I think I told y'all this last time, right? That the part that got me the most was the fact that Amanda said in her interview, Glenn told her she was gonna be on the show. I'm the type of friend now where if I catch your mate out doing something they ain't got no business doing, I don't say nothing. I'm sorry. You just gonna have to find out on your own. Because I done lost too many friendships trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. And I told y'all when it came to the whole Amanda thing, I would have been just like Latrice. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have went to go tell Leticia a thing. I wouldn't. Now, I wouldn't make it seem like I was trying to set Leticia up or like I was in the middle of it. And even if that game happened in my house and I read the questions or whatever, I think again that I'm just not gonna tell you. Like, I'm gonna let you figure it out. I'm gonna let you figure it out. My thing though is Leticia already knew. Leticia already knew about Amanda, and from what we heard, according to Amanda, Glenn and Amanda was sitting in the black truck at Latrice's grand opening. And Leticia knew about it. Leticia told her, "Don't say nothing off the wall because Glenn is mic'd." So I don't know. I just think the whole thing is crazy. I do think that Leticia, you do need to have more energy for your husband than what you do. Okay? Because your husband ain't shit. Okay? You need to have more energy for your husband than anybody else. Like, that's something I don't understand. Why does why does everybody else get the blame? Why does everybody else have to take the fall for what your no good husband is doing? Just like you think that man coming up there and faking that scene about him trying to act like he fighting, you faking it, girl. And save them tears. Save them tears because them tears don't mean nothing to me. Save them. Save them, girl. Child. Girl. Save them tears, girl. And Glenn, I'm sick of you, Glenn. Damn. Can you take a season off, Glenn? But by now you and Cliff, y'all are bells. I'm sick of y'all. Get take a season off. Take a season off. Take a season off. We tired. We tired. Not gas station cologne. I cannot. Ah, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you nothing. I'm telling y'all. Listen, I've had so many experiences where I have I have lost two good friends by if I see they mate doing something, then I'll say something. But you know what they said to me? You just don't like them. You just don't like them. Okay, for instance, I had a really good friend. I called his I called his man in a club one night. It was on a Wednesday. It was on a Wednesday evening. They had like this little wind down Wednesday type of thing, but it ain't no wine. It ain't no wine nowhere in sight. It's liquor, baby. But anyway, they used to have this like thing on Wednesdays. And one Wednesday, I just could not believe this man was up in there holding on to another boy. It was a Hispanic boy, and he holding all on to him, gyrating, jiggling, and twerking, and grinding, and kissing, and doing all the things and stuff. And so here I am. I'm trotting over to my friend. I told my friend, I say, hey, you gotta watch out for your boyfriend because I happened to see him down in Mister, and I seen him with a Hispanic guy. He was all cuddled up, hugged up, grabbing his butt and twerking and all of that kind of stuff. And so he was like, nah, you just don't like him. You just don't like him. I said, I don't like him, but I can still speak the truth about him. If I see him doing something, I'm going to come tell you. I mean, now you just don't like him. You just don't like him. Now, child, mind you, he was angry at me for doing that. And he didn't talk to me for like a month. The next month, it was like some weeks later, he come calling me, telling me, I'm so sorry, you was right, I'm so sorry. That's okay, we ain't friends no more though. I'm trying to help your ugly ass out. What's up, Omar? What's up? I'm trying to help you out. But that's okay. Remember, we don't need to be friends no more. Because if I can't come, this is my thing. If I'm close enough to you and we are close enough, like if we talk about your mate and we talk about these things and you confide in me and stuff like that, it's almost like you trying to say my dislike for him is like jealousy or something where like okay, even if I don't like him, you don't think I'm coming to tell you the truth about what your man is doing? So I learned my lesson a long time ago. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I did. I had a picture for a receipt. I'm done. Don't worry about it. But again, it was well that people dance on people in the club all the time. Okay. Whatever. It is what it is. If that's how y'all gonna do down in your household, that's your business. I don't care. Don't ask me to tell you nothing about no relationship. Don't ask me to tell you nothing about your man. Don't ask me to tell you nothing about your woman. Don't ask me to tell you nothing about nobody. You gonna find out your damn self. That way I see it. Now he was in there shaking like in there shaking like a salt shaker and all of the things. I mean, dancing on the furniture and everything. Like they had no shame in their game, none whatsoever. And so I'm just like, okay. He come calling me talking about you was right. No, I told you I was right. I told you in the beginning. I ain't got no reason to lie on that nigga. Okay? But since you thought I did, then it is what it is. And now, no shade. But I seen his most recent, not my old friend, but his ex-boyfriend. I seen him on Instagram, not on Instagram, on what is it called? Twitter. I saw him on Twitter, and his mate right now, yeah, he with this old. Ooh, let me quit. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. If I was Latrice, I wouldn't have told her shit. And also too, I think people keep forgetting how Leticia charged up Latrice. Like, do the people keep forgetting that? I think y'all do. I think the people be forgetting how Leticia sat at that reunion. Hey, little baby, what's up? How Leticia sat at that reunion and got up in that terrible outfit, that terrible dress, that looked like she went over there to the quinceañera shop to go rent. She had on that terrible dress, talking about coming to America. Now, come from amongst this ugly ass dress, this tight dress, ugly dress. Anyway, when she charged up Latrice and told Latrice, you are an insecure bitch, do you honestly think people can come back from something like that? If you call me, I'm just saying, if you sit up and call me an insecure bitch and you stand over me like you getting ready to fight me and stuff, and then your friend also charging me up, throwing her body all into the security guard like she finna ready to do something or something like that. Like, I'm just saying, I don't know. But then again, I get what other people are saying, because other people are saying Leticia and Latrice got together to ice out Akeisha and Soguchi, which is absolutely true. They had a rift in their relationship that season, and then by the end of the season, they were on one accord trying to get Akeisha and Soguchi off of the show. Hey, Butterfly, how you doing? Come on, a member for 12 months. Come on, member for 12 months. Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Um, but yeah, so by the time they ended up with what they were doing, then child, here they go at the end of the season talking about how Akeisha didn't belong on the show, how Akeisha didn't deserve to be on the show. So I listen. We're gonna see how long this sit down lasts between Leticia and Latrice. But I don't think Leticia and Latrice are never gonna be on one page. I don't believe that. I just don't. I don't believe that. I don't believe they're gonna be on one page. The reason why I don't think they ever gonna be on one page is because I still feel like deep down inside both of them still harbor feelings for what they have accused each other of doing. I really do. Now, in the next episode, Glenn, this episode was okay. Um, in the next episode, Glenn and Cliff gonna talk. Okay, and to be honest with y'all, I think again the issue is the bells. It don't really got nothing to do with the husbands, but I do understand Cliff. If you ain't really like, Cliff is basically saying you tried to say me and your wife tried to ruin your marriage when in actuality you tried to ruin your marriage your damn self. Okay, don't play. I remember Leticia saying on the live that Akeisha wanted to be her. A 40. Well, you talking about the one? You talking about the one that You talking about that live that she did with Latrice? Was that the live you talking about? Remember when Latrice and Leticia had went live the season that Akeisha them, the finale of when that brawl happened? You remember that? Was it that live? Okay, I remember that live. I remember that live so well. Oh my god. I remember that live so well. They was both up there trying to do damage control. They was up there trying to save face. They was up there trying to do everything. But instead of allowing y'all husbands to take accountability. And then Latrice then went around there to Scotty's house and done the same thing in the interview that Scotty and them did with her. So, Leticia, I'm just not a fan anymore. I used to be a fan of Leticia, but like the first season. But once I really started realizing who Leticia was, I'm like, nah, sis, cause you always And do anybody follow Leticia? Do y'all know if her show is she doing another episode of her show, or what's happening? Latrice made the situation worse going on Scotty's eye. I agree, because she straight up doubled down on the fact that Cliff don't do no wrong, and Willie was wrong, and Akeisha was wrong. I no. Glenn and Cliff both was wrong. Period. Point blank. And the crazy part about it is Willie was the only man who took accountability. Willie was the only man that took accountability for what happened. I will never forget that. And y'all really think that y'all really like the Bells and the husbands now. Y'all really think y'all the issue, but let's just call it what it is. That man was the only person who took accountability for what happened at Latrice's spot. Nobody else did. Just like, in my opinion, Leticia don't take responsibility or accountability in anything that she do. I mean, Latrice don't either really. Latrice don't either really, but she did apologize this last time. Uh, 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 Leticia, she don't. She just. I don't know. I be irritated with her because again, while she talking about Latrice, it hurt for Latrice to say I'm sorry. It hurt for you to say it too, because if it didn't, you would have been able to apologize for the things that you have done, because you don't have no clean hands in this either. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. But anyway, y'all, the episode, I was just going to tell y'all, the episode wasn't, I mean, it wasn't really hitting like that. But here we go. Latrice got instant karma for what she did to Akeisha. Akeisha never did anything to her or Leticia. Yeah, yeah. Not Leticia, tight clothes. I just don't like really Akeisha or Gucci. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, Natty, I know you don't like them, but even in still, that man was the only one that took accountability for what happened. Leticia and Latrice sat up here and lied through their fat ass mouths about what literally happened that day. And instead of them taking some sort of accountability, they rather put it on somebody else. Akeisha and Willie did nothing that no one else has did on this show. I had my things with Akeisha. I did. There were some things that Akeisha did that I didn't like. But at the same token, one thing that I can truly say is that Akeisha was about business. That's number one. She was about Ferris Street. You got somebody who introduced us to Ferris Street and ain't said shit else about Ferris Street since the show been on the air. So the dynamic that they brought to me was no different from what nobody else brought. For that lady to sit up on that sofa at that reunion and say that Akeisha didn't deserve to be here, I'm trying to figure out, what did Akeisha do different that she has to leave a platform based off of the fact that you say that she need to be gone. Like, to be honest, I don't like that mean girl shit. I don't care if I didn't like Akeisha, didn't like So Gucci, because y'all know So Gucci. I have my things with So Gucci too. But my thing is y'all treated them so different. Y'all treated them so different. Now, if somebody came in and did y'all like that, y'all would feel some type of way. Somebody tell you you don't deserve to be on no show no more, or whatever the case may be, y'all would feel some type of way. I just thought it was foul how they treated, how Leticia specifically sat up on that couch and said that that lady didn't deserve to be on the platform. Yo, you don't either. You literally went to go meet with an abuser. But you deserve to be on this platform. Yeah, nah. So I get it. People don't like. People didn't like Akeisha and Willie them. I just didn't like that mean girl shit, and I don't like the fact that I just did not like the fact that none of them men took accountability for anything. It's like Cliff. You ain't gonna. We already know Cliff though. We know Cliff ain't gonna take no damn accountability. But Glenn, hell, you could have took a little something too, cause all y'all had played a part. Everybody played a part in what went down that day. Everybody played a part. So everybody should took some level of accountability, and that's not the way that happened. You know. So I mean, I don't know. People saying that Carrie need to get off of the show. I don't think so. I don't think so. Carrie kind of like growing on me a little bit. Little bit. Not a lot of it, but Carrie is growing on me. And I hope they don't bring Shantae on the damn show. Leave Shantae that messy ass over there where she at. Because that's somebody I don't really can't stand right there. I don't like messy friends coming on these shows. Same with like Heart and Hustle Houston when they went. Wasn't that lady named Shantae too? Wasn't that lady named Shantae on Heart and Hustle Houston? That tried to cuss Roe out. Or Latoria. what's her name, Shantae? Or Chantel? I think it was Shantae. So let me find out Shantae's is messy. Let me find out Shantae's is messy. Y'all remember what I'm talking about? For those of you that watch Heart and Host of Houston, when the lady sat down and told Latoya, "You know me," and Latoya was like, "No, I don't know you. I don't know you." And she put out all them emails. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I think her name was Shantae. That's gonna bother me. That's gonna bother me. Leticia's problem with Akeisha was Ferris Street, and Latrice was mad about her cousin's phone. Understandable about the cousin phone. I just think that Latrice could have handled that a lot better too. And I also don't, you know, or nephew, cousin, whoever it was. I get it. I understand you lose somebody, you want their stuff, but I just think she could have handled that better, way better. And them text messages was ugly. Okay, to them text messages round that was ugly. Latrice, them text messages was ugly, girl. I mean, boy, them text messages was nasty. Y'all remember them text messages? I think, remember when everybody was reading them on their platform? Everybody was like, ooh, ooh, oh, oh, oh. Yeah. But, again, I don't know where the rest of this season is going, y'all. They say we have twice as many episodes, so I'm sure that they're gonna do just like Love Maritinesville and take these long breaks and then come back, and they're gonna do the same thing. Hey DK, what's going on? Yes, but I don't remember her name. She was messy. Yeah, I think her name was Shantae too. Cause this Shantae Leticia friend, she messy too. Girl, when I hear or see a Shantae coming, I'm running. And Shantae's, y'all messy. I got a Shantae in the chat. Yeah. There's Shantae here. Shantae's is messy. And I don't care if you spell it with a C. I don't care if you spell it with an S. I don't care how you spell it. Shantae's is messy. Yeah. If I tell you I ain't got your nephew, your phone, and you text me some crazy ish like that, and you getting blocked, and you getting a restraining order. Child. Almost sound like she almost had she had one of them things like the bully on the bully that used to reside on this app that no longer resides on this app. That bully. That's kind of what it's giving. Sunshine. Sunshine. All right. But yeah, no, I get it. I get it. It's just some stuff I wouldn't tolerate. Lil Boosie, please go sit your ass down somewhere and quit all this fake showing up and y'all seen that video of that lady doing that. That's how I do whenever I see Glenn and Leticia on the screen. I be like, y'all, let's practice. I don't even think I got a thumbnail of Leticia and Glenn, but let's practice. Here come Leticia and Glenn on the show. Practice with me, okay? So Friday y'all can have it down. When you see Leticia and Glenn come on the show, you gotta go like this. Cause it's like, here we go, girl. Here we go. Here we go with the shenanigans. Leticia gonna tell him he shouldn't have came up there. Girl. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, that's my review on Bell Collective, on the most recent episode of Bell Collective. Like I said, the next episode it do look like it's gonna be good. Leticia will have a sit down with Glenn. The men have a sit down as well. So yeah, we'll see how it go, child. We'll see how it go. And Carrie, I wonder if Carrie has already closed her Brick and Spoon location in Mobile. It's Mobile, Alabama. In Mobile, Alabama. I am curious to know if it's still open or if it's closed now, because you know they filmed this a couple months ago. So I'm just curious. I think I'm gonna look it up and see if she's open or closed. Um, but again, I think based on a good business decision, if you have multiple locations, sometimes you just gotta take that loss because you'll be taking more of a loss if you try to keep pinching and trying to make it work. And yeah, you'll take more of a loss than you would if you just sell the restaurant. So I'm hopeful that that's what she does, and that's the type of stuff I want to see. Hmm. Okay, y'all. So I got to go pick up my I got to go pick up my my new computer, honey. Got to go pick it up at child. Oh, wait, girl, the whole time I've been up here talking. I thought I had my mic in, so y'all heard this fan and everything. Ain't nobody said nothing. Whole time, y'all ain't said nothing. Y'all is wrong. Why y'all ain't said nothing? Oh, Lord, y'all wrong for that. Anyway, before I go, oh, y'all wrong. Y'all is so wrong. Y'all was gonna tell me, uh, you ain't gonna turn off that loud ass fan. It sound like a damn CPAP machine over there. Y'all wasn't gonna say nothing. Y'all wrong. Whole time I thought I had my mic plugged up until I looked down. Till I looked down and realized the blue light wasn't on. I thought, dang, okay. Not you thought you thought it was a broken computer. Now watch. As soon as I go get my new, as soon as I go do my as soon as I go get my new computer, watch this one work. Okay, y'all, real quick. Do y'all remember a couple years ago when the All Stars was in Atlanta and people was stealing tires off folks' cars and stuff? Y'all remember that? And y'all remember people renting U-Hauls to like they was rental cars? Do y'all remember that? And instead of getting a hotel room, some of them folk was standing in the back of them U-Hauls. Do y'all remember that? Child, they doing the same thing in Houston. Renting U-Hauls, and because they can't afford hotel rooms, because hotel rooms are up the wazoo. Y'all don't remember that? Man, a couple years ago, I don't remember when that was, but it was a couple years ago. Them people, look it up. Y'all look it up. All Stars was in Atlanta, and it was such a busy weekend. They couldn't find hotel rooms, nor could they find rental cars. So they would go to U-Haul and budget truck rental and get U-Hauls, get truck rentals and drive around town as if they was rental cars. And then they would sleep in the back of some of them because they couldn't afford hotel rooms. It don't ever get that deep. If you can't afford no hotel room on a busy weekend like that, then you probably need to keep your ass down to the house. Don't you think? But a lot of them people, what they was doing was they was getting them U-Hauls, parking them in random places, or parking them at the airport, knowing you can't park that kind of stuff at the airport. Child, that was cutting up back then. Y'all gotta look that up. They was cutting up. I did the U-Haul thing, LOL, because the pickup truck was 1999. Well, I've done it at don't laugh at me, y'all. I've done that at Lowe's. Cause you know you can rent them Lowe's trucks. But I think it was Home Depot. I don't think it was Lowe's. I think it was Home Depot. I rented a truck. Shit, I did everything I needed to do in that truck. I actually did the same thing when I had my event in Atlanta. I ended up renting a little truck to get some stuff where it needed to be. That's what I do when I can't afford to go anywhere, or I'll put the trip on Klarna or Affirm. Right. Like, we gotta be smart, honey. You know you ain't got no business going nowhere. Don't go. Yeah, I first of all, I am grateful that the wind has died down because it was yesterday that wind was crazy, man. But it's died down a lot. Um, Still pretty windy, but it's better than it was. All right, y'all. Let me get on out of here. I can't believe y'all let me do this whole damn review with the damn fan. Lord have mercy. You got your wig. Wig. Okay, for those of you that just came in here, I was telling everybody that there looks like there is a new show coming to um there's a new show coming to Amazon. It's gonna have Julie Chrisley, Savannah Chrisley, Margaret Josephs from The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Kenya Moore, Kim Zolciak, uh, uh, who else was on there? Tamar Braxton. Remember when Tamar came there and told me, I'm filming like 3 shows right now. I'm filming like 3 shows right now. And Kenya been hinting at filming something too. And so I believe him. Kim Zolciak posted where it looks like they just started filming or whatever, but it is supposed to be like a ultimate girls trip, but it's gonna be on Amazon instead. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be interesting, child. All right, so I am gonna be back a little bit later. I have another video that I'm going to do. I want to do another video. Um, I want to do another video on Listen, when I saw Savannah Chrisley's name on the DK, I was done. I'm not watching that. The wind was very sharp. Yes, the wind was crazy yesterday, man. Like the wind was insane. I want to say it was like at one point it was like 68 miles per hour. It was crazy. Um, yeah. Once I saw that Savannah Chrisley was on there, I was done. I was immediately done. Immediately. I haven't really been talking about Married to Medicine. I checked out of Married to Medicine at the beginning of the season. I checked out of Married to Medicine. I'm gonna tell you why I checked out of Married to Medicine. Some of y'all gonna disagree with me, and I'm okay with that. Um, I really checked out of Married to Medicine mainly because when we first started off the season, like Toya to me, Toya has her on and off seasons with me. Sometimes Toya gets on my damn nerves and I can't watch Toya. Okay. And from what I'm seeing with this Met Gala and everything, I think my consensus is correct. I'm good. Toya, some seasons she's extremely insufferable. This season, we cannot forget you cussed your husband out. You yelled at your husband in front of all of these people, which you normally always do, and all of these things. I don't know. I've been checked out of Married to Medicine. Hopefully next season they have a better season. To me, this season was extremely lackluster, and I just wasn't. I wasn't interested. I really wasn't. Mm-mm. And by the way, Married to Medicine used to be one of my favorite shows, but Married to Medicine is starting to look just as manufactured as the rest of these shows. You know what I'm saying? Married to Medicine used to give us real, and I see the trend going on online, but Married to Medicine in the earlier seasons used to really give us really good things. Now, I'm not saying it's still not a good show, but Some seasons I have off and on seasons. Like some seasons I'm cool with it. Some seasons it's like, girl, whatever. And obviously not too much happened. Why they only got a 2-part reunion? I'm just saying. Why they got a 2-part reunion? Hell, Beverly Hills need to be 1 part. I sure been checked out of Beverly Hills. I didn't even try Beverly Hills. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even try. I didn't even try. Once Garcelle left, I left. hmm Once Garcelle left, I left. I was done with it. I was done. I was done. I was done. I was done. hmm I was done. But anyway, y'all, I'm gone. I'm finna eat me some leftovers and some salad and call it a day. Then I got some chicken wings I'm gonna make a little bit later. Yeah, I was done after they did what they did to Garcelle. I was done. I was like, mm. Haven't watched these reality shows in a few seasons, and all the reviews show I haven't missed a damn thing. I mean, you really haven't. You really haven't. Like I said, it's just like child chasing Atlanta and the crew Dallas and all of these web reality series that's on YouTube be better than these mainstream reality shows. No shade. No shade. Do anybody in here watch Chasing Atlanta, or did anybody in here watch Scotty's show? The Scene ATL? Did anybody watch them? I'm just saying, like, hell, these regular everyday people are giving more story than these people are doing on mainstream reality television. Let's call it what it is. They're giving us more story on web reality on YouTube than they are with the main stuff. Like, also, you did watch Chasing. I'm telling you, Chasing Atlanta this season. I'm loving it. I I I like the cast. I didn't think I would like the cast, but I do. I really like the cast this season. Um, I like Tremel. I love Tremel actually. I love Tremel. I love Carl. Carl stirs it up, but he ain't scared, and I love that about Carl. Um, I love. I like Noel. I really do like. I like Noel's style. Um, I like Noel's style. Noel's rapping style. I like it. She give me like a. She give me like a. It give me like an old school, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that she is a little Kim or that Noel's a little Kim, but he gives me. I don't know. He give me like a different old school type of rap, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, I love Dominique. Dominique do be up with the shenanigans, but I love Dominique. I like everybody on the show except for Nova. Yeah, except for Nova. And here's what's crazy. I think Nova is a beautiful person on the outside, but girl, you got a lot of work to do on the inside. Okay, Nova. The Scene ATL, we got the finale. I know Scotty was probably sick of me because I kept on asking him, when we gonna get the finale? When we gonna get the finale? I want the finale. 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 It was good. It was very good. Okay. Scotty was activated. The family gets. Scotty was a little activated. The family. Yeah. Um, Can't wait for the reunion because we know that's gonna be a Bando versus JT, Bando and Scotty versus JT reunion. Okay, but then I don't know, it's gonna still be a good reunion because you got DJ and you got Delon that feeling some type of way and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what the reunion gonna give, and then uh they said that they're gonna be filming season 2 during the summer. So yeah, we're gonna see what it give. We're gonna see what it give. Okay, y'all. So, with that being said, keep in mind that I do I do still need to do what's it called? What is the show called? Top Chef. Bravo. I'm gonna do that. I gotta do that today. And listen, if Carl was straight, I would yeah, no, that's right. I love me some Carl. I love Carl and I love Tremel. I love Sammy on there. I love all of them on there. Again, except for Nova. Nova, I don't care for Nova. I just don't care for Nova. Um, Nova like to throw rocks. Nova like to throw boulders and try to hide. No, girl, you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Okay, Nova girl. Yeah. Um, But yeah, so if y'all are not watching Chasing Atlanta, just look up Chasing Atlanta here on YouTube. It's free. Go watch the show. It's a really good show. Shout out to Ondario and Chasing Atlanta or Chasing Reality. The Scene ATL. Y'all make sure y'all go catch up on all the episodes. It's 8 episodes of the Scene ATL. Go check that out. That's the one that oh, okay. Since you brought that up, DK, since you brought that up, I went back and watched the episode last night or yesterday. I did. I went back and watched it because after hearing Ebby, Really B, and El Teddy's review, I was like, I feel like I missed some stuff in the episode because I don't remember some of this stuff happening. So I went back and watched the episode, right? Kendall is definitely giving weird. Unless there's something that happened off camera that we don't know anything about. Where did Kendall's energy come from? Because see, here's the thing. Carl, I saw somebody say that Tremel was using Carl to do his dirty work. I disagree. Because we've literally seen Tremel stand in his own. So how is Tremel using Carl as for his dirty work when we literally see Tremel standing in his own feelings, in his own whatever. Like I don't understand that. But needless to say, I respect the fact that Carl came out and said, "Hoes inviting hoes, hoes ain't inviting hoes to birthdays." And then here go Kendall. Who a hoe? I said you. Who a hoe? I said you. Yeah, yeah. That damn Carl. That damn Carl is something else. Carl is something else. But I think something had to happen off camera because I'm really trying to figure out where did that extra energy come from that I don't fuck with you, bitch. I don't like you, bitch. I don't like no bitch like you, bitch. And y'all don't like you. I was like, girl, where is this energy coming from? Can I also say something else? Kendall's friends. If y'all really love Kendall, please tell him don't put them braids back in his head no more. Let me say it again. Uh, hey, Kendall's friends, please tell him don't put them braids back in his head. Okay? And I'm not talking about the braided wig. I'm talking about them actual braids. Okay? All right. Because, baby, that Johnny Bravo head ain't I like you better with the wigs. Get the wigs. Do the wigs. Do the wigs. Cause them braids. Mm-mm. 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 Leave them braids alone. And if y'all really love Kendall, y'all tell them. Mm-mm. Boy, Mocha Drop and DK, I could not focus on that episode because I kept zooming in. You know how you can zoom in on your phone? I kept going on. I kept zooming in. I said, Them braids look like they're about 15 miles apart from each other. I'ma need you not to do that no more. Wear your wigs, and you can even wear that braided wig. But don't, no more braids. No more braids to the, no more cornrows. No more cornrows. No more cornrows. No cornrows. No cornrows, okay? It's not it. It's not it, Mocha Drop. It's that, Get rid of it. Get rid of it. All right, y'all. I'm going for real. Let me go eat some lunch. My stomach is touching my spinal cord. Okay, and a brother is hungry. I'm hungry. Now I need to go back and rewatch for a good laugh, baby. Cause that Carl, Kendall, I said, "Who you talking to?" Carl said, "I said I was talking to you." Who you talking to? I'm talking to you. I said, Carl. Look, when the mid-season trailer came out last week or the week before last, y'all know Carl is hosting the after show for the awards. Carl talking about, because I had commented and I said, wait a minute, what is going on? Carl said, please don't fire me from my job. Yeah, I love Carl. I do. I love Carl. I just clicked on Harpo. Who this man in this gown? That's Marie's ex-husband from Bell Collector. What's up, Andre? That's Curtis. Cedric. Why I call him man Curtis? Who? Curtis is Jackie's husband. Cedric. And his, you don't like his nightgown? You don't like his nightgown / moo. Huh? You don't like his moo. Yeah. That's Marie's ex. She probably bought that moo for him too. She probably bought him for. She probably bought it for him. It's giving Little House on the Prairie. It is. It is indeed. It is. It give a mess. I don't. It look like a long tuxedo shirt or something like that. Like, sir, what do you call this? This it's not really a moo because ain't moo longer, and that's a nightgown. That's a nightgown. Night blouse. I see you in your night blouse. Said he said. I remember back in the day when Marie was getting rid of Cedric about season 3. Everybody say he high booty Cedric. High booty Cedric. That what it's giving. It's giving night blouse. It's giving night blouse. Okay, y'all. Let me eat some lunch before I head out here go get my computer. They said it'll be ready by 2 o'clock. It's about to be 1. Give me time to get myself together. All right, good people. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day. I'll be back later on this evening. Probably when everybody else get done with their lives and stuff. You know, El Teddy goes live at 3:30 or 3 o'clock from Manic Mondays when he don't do the weekend. So we got we got him and I mean yeah, El Teddy and then Really B, and then if don't nobody else come on tonight, and I very seldomly go live at night, but I'll do my other review tonight. It's a night shirt that Bill Cosby used to wear. Ah, I forgot all about that. With the matching cap. Yeah, that is crazy. The hooks, the boots. The hooks, the booze. Okay, y'all. Listen, I'm out of here. Have a good day, and I will be sure to talk to y'all later. And DonDons, thank y'all so much for y'all love and support. All right. Bye, y'all.